Welcome back. It's Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I want you to be part of the show this morning. Sports is so much fun. So don't just watch. Come, let us play. For the love of the game on Twitter, we're Channels_Sports. Facebook, we're Channels-Sports. You can send us an email to sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. We're not happy because the Spanish embassy in Nigeria, they refuse to give visas to young girls. We're supposed to go to Spain and represent Nigeria at the World Under-17 Championships. It's basketball. So right now, there's no love in basketball. Let's use the hashtag Spanish disappointment. We want FIBA to hear about this, investigate it, and let us understand why sports can no longer be a unifying factor among countries. It's not a good story. Let's talk about the Spanish disappointment. Let's also use the hashtag basketball in Nigeria. Yesterday, we had the D-Tigers captain talking about basketball in Nigeria. Today, we wanted to talk about basketball in Nigeria again with the national under-17 team, but it's not a good story. But we'll keep talking about basketball in Nigeria. Let's use the hashtag Copa America. Argentina, they've qualified for the finals of this year's edition. We're waiting for the game between Chile and Colombia. Where are you putting your money? Talk to us using the hashtag Copa America. Just also let you know that Lionel Messi is now the record goal scorer for Argentina. He has scored 55 goals. Stand up for that guy who loves playing football. Let's also talk about heavyweight boxing. We talked about Deontay Wilder and Chris Arreola. Well, we say that's not the sort of opponent for Deontay, but hey, you never know. He's boxing, and the guy says just one punch, and he can just turn his career around. The Euro Championship also giving us reasons to talk sports this morning, and I'm sure you are following. Did you see the drama yesterday when Croatia stunned Spain? What a story. Ramos lost the penalty, and then Ivan Perisic stepped up and then gave Croatia the win. We'll talk about the Euro Championship, but you can start talking about it now. Let's go to Durban in South Africa. Cecilia has been monitoring Team Nigeria. The story is that 26 athletes, are they in South Africa now? What are we doing?
Yeah, 26 finally made it there, and the championship is starting today. And, some athletes actually pulled out in the last minute. I'm also one of them. She's not going. That there was a list we actually, gave out, last week, yeah. Last week, there's some big names we're missing. And those big names definitely are not going to be there. Ogene Aguero's name was actually there, but still at last minute, because the athletes had to be living in trickles, so to speak. Some left on Sunday night, some left on Monday night, and all. So, athletes like Ogene Aguero says, okay, they can go. And reports reaching us from Durban is that Blessing Okagbare also is not there. But at least that they actually sent to CAA, her name was actually not there. They're trying to do a last-minute thing. That's something we need to find out later in the day. But I don't think she will be in South Africa. But just 26 athletes, and hopefully Nigeria should be able to get something out of it, because there's always this Nigerian spirit that comes. It's not because we prepare well or whatever, but somehow the athletes just have this fighting spirit and just go all out and get something. But when you're having a 26 athletes going for a championship that Nigeria has won close to 8 times or even 10 times, I mean, dominating it right from start and everything. 26, I don't know the position they're going to. So it's going to be difficult. So forget about winning it. But just for the athletes to actually, get a shot and prepare for the Olympics. The sprint will be their relays, quarter miler, discus, short put, triple jump, long jumps. So we'll just wait and see how the athletes will fare. If some of them can even...
Yeah, Cecilia, Tayo. I also heard Helen say we love fighting or fighting. It's good to fight, but fight a good fight. Yeah. Prepare for a good fight. Exactly. You don't just fight because you can fight. Yeah. That's street fighting. If you meet a professional that has really trained, you'll be knocked out. And I think that's the story from this athletics. We should prepare to fight a good fight. Our athletes should be ready to go somewhere and then prove a point. It's athletics. If we're going with 26 track and field athletes, Cecilia is already having some doubts, like, where are we getting the dominance from?
Yeah, of course, domination is not the word we're looking for here now. It's definitely not domination.
No, it's not domination. No.
It's participation.
I mean, participate and, use this avenue to actually prepare for Olympics. Because some of the athletes that are going will just use this opportunity and prepare more for the Olympics. We know the story of preparations for the Olympics. We know the story of the money disbursed for preparations, and someone is actually still looking for the money and all that. And we also know the story of most of the federations struggling, and also the story Kenke told us the other time. NOC is supposed to, handle preparations and all that, but the sport ministry go to the government, collect the money. And when you're looking for money to be released for athletes, we keep asking ourselves, hey, what happened to the money? So, Nigeria, it's not a good story.
So it's not a good story. I don't know how we're going to get out of this, because we can't continue this way. I cannot just wait for August to come and go. Let the Olympics just go away, and let's start planning for 2020 and see if we'll do the same thing again.
I mean, how many Olympics have you witnessed? I mean, it's always the same. In Seoul, in London, it's been on. And even the Atlanta 96, I was reading through the papers that the former Minister for Sports, Bolaji Abdullah actually delivered, in one event like that, when he said, the spirit that actually led us to win in Atlanta wasn't because we played well. It was because they have this same Nigerian spirit that made them to win over and over again. So what you didn't do right in Atlanta, you went Seoul, you didn't do it right. You go to London, you went to Beijing, the same thing and all that.
Choma jump, we saw it in the football team. That Nigerian spirit, that fight against Brazil was a fight.
It's not because they did something spectacular in preparations or no. You're talking about the fact that let's wait for the next Olympics. Okay, yeah, we'll wait for the next Olympics and see what's going to happen.
I spoke to Chema Ajama on Sunday, and she says, look, I don't want to advise anyone about these Olympics. This one is gone, 2020. It's gone, right? That's the focus. So I just want this one to go.
She's just being realistic. Tokyo 2020, that has to be the target now, but because it appears they're not ready for 2016.
Yeah, if you have administrators who cannot account for money given to them for preparations and all that, and you're having blames being trade and everything, what's the possibility that this particular government we're having, who understand what it means to be accountable, who wants to be transparent and everything, who wants to release another money for preparations or for something? So it's always very, very difficult. It is. Okay, well, from the Nigerian issues and problems and all that, Russia is also having their own issue. And for IOC, the International Olympic Committee, they says definitely they are standing by what IWF have done to Russia. So it simply means the athletes will not be going to Rio. But those who feel they can actually compete and they're really clean, then the federation body will have to verify Kenyan athletes and, of course, Russian athletes. They want to still compete and they know they're clean. So the federation definitely have to verify to know how clean they are so that they can compete. Let's listen to Thomas back.
The summit confirmed the respect and the approval and the support for the decision having been taken by IAAF. This non-compliance declaration and the substantial allegations that they put very serious doubts on the presumption of innocence for athletes coming from these countries. And that therefore each athlete coming from these two countries will have to declare eligible by the respective international federation following an individual procedure and an individual evaluation of the situation.
So, you see, more problems for Russia. Let's just see how they'll come out of this one stronger and participate in sports clean and fair. Let's continue with the show now. Sports this morning on Channels TV. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. You could be part of the show on Twitter or Channels_Sports, Facebook, or Channels IFN Sports. There's so much to talk about in our ever-busy, money-spinning, action-packed world of sports. I want you to be part of the program. Olawale Ishola is a sports analyst. He hasn't been around for a while, but he joins us now on the program. Olawale, good to have you on the show.
Good morning, Austin.
Welcome back. I don't know, where have you been hiding?
It's been a long time.
I know. Good to have you. What has kept you busy talking sports?
It's life generally, work and the economy. You have to as the tide of the wave is changing, you have to change along with it so that we can.
I remember the last time we spoke, we were still trying to understand why one embassy refused to give the Scrabble team visas to participate. And now we're having the same with basketball. I don't know how we're going to get out of this, Olawale.
I think sport association should try and put the necessary measures in place so that this kind of issue of visas will not come up. It's not only the basketball and Scrabble that's been affected. in time past. Other associations have been affected. But all these embassies, they have their rules. They have their processes.
Yeah.
And I think with the position sports in Nigeria and all over the world, that should be a problem for the association. But I think the problems come from our own part. Because when we fail to provide necessary documents of participant early enough, so the embassy will have no choice other than to giving us problem of a visa issuance.
Well, I don't think that's really the problem because you read what he said. He started on time. They did everything on time and everything. Well, there's always this problem with external affairs and the sports ministry. You know, we have this issue of how do I put it? And they call it the immigration issues with the EU. So it's not usually a guarantee that when Nigerians apply, Nigerian sportsmen and women apply for visa, you're going to get it. So because of the EU immigration policy and everything. So maybe the external affairs ministry can actually work in line with these embassies and with the sport ministry and see if this can actually be curbed.
Because the reason why I said that is that if your documents are clean,
it's clean, everything. I mean,
they'll say so. But that's what they'll say. Or they come on here to say that. But by the time you check, if you do a deep investigation on what's going on, the embassy will not refuse your visa just because for nothing. There must have seen something for them refusing a visa.
Well, they've done it a lot.
I'm sure they have.
Particularly for a team sport.
I mean, but for this particular example, the team that is going to a major basketball championship, what reason would they have for turning them down? So there has to be a reason somewhere, and that's why I talked about what, perhaps if they'd done this early enough, they would have appealed it because they sort of
reapply.
Incredible, great grounds for appeal.
You know, when you're being denied visa, sometimes there's a reason for it. They tell you the reason usually. But this one, nothing was given at all.
We will still stay. I
know they'll work it out.
Maybe it's an EU immigration issue. Okay,
we have written to FIBA to investigate the matter and we'll get something out of it. There's still sports this morning on Channels TV. There's still so much to talk about the Euro Championships and of course what the papers are saying. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.